Hello kids. Think of history as a big storybook of past. You know how historians make it simple to remember? They classify history in few bunch of questions. Every past event just answer these questions. So this is going to be very important session for you. Once you understand the bunch of questions, history will be on your fingertips.
Wow, look at this magic circle. The history just revolves around these questions. We will be skipping this for now and later we will make this super simple for you to understand. Once you know these questions and what they represent, history will no more be mystery for you.
Let's start looking at each classifications quickly. The first classification historian does is based on the time. They have divided the history in three shelves: the ancient history, the medieval history, and the modern history.
Ancient history is all about how early humans survived and evolved. The discovery and use of tools have big impact on how their civilizations grew. Because of this, historian divided the ancient history again based on materials used like Stone Age, Copper Age, Bronze Age and Iron Age.
Historians separated the time of kingdoms and empires into a brand new shelf. Since this era was dominated by rulers and territorial fights, they classified medieval history based on kingdoms and dynasties like Delhi Sultanate, Vijayanagar Empire, Mughal Empire, Maratha Empire.
The modern history was the time of economic growth, industrial revolution, and also about the military dominance among the countries. So historians divided the books of modern Indian history into European arrival, British rules, freedom movements, and independent India, and also based on the industrial revolutions like coal, steel, electricity, or later evolution of computers and digital era.
So, kids, history is all about these major time shelves. Every single story we read from now on is just a mind map of questions and answers. If you remember the questions, you will easily remember the history later in our series. From here, we are going to look closely at exact questions we will ask. This way, you will know when and how to use them as we go through our history adventure.
So, let's start understanding each questions one by one now. This will make your learning faster later. So the first question historian asks is, did people leave any written records? If no written records are found, historian consider that time as prehistory. In case, if we find written records, but we cannot understand it yet, or they have not written anything, but some other civilization wrote stories about them, we consider that time as proto-history. When we can understand the written records found, it is called as history.
Historians are just like detectives. They will never believe a story about the past until they find solid proof. So, their next big question is, what physical evidence did our ancestors leave? The answers can be any of these, like the fossils or skeletons left behind, the tools they used, the cave paintings they did, the potteries and jewelries they made, or the old buildings which they constructed long ago. The next question our historian asks is, where did this happen? Geography is a super important part of history because where people lived changed how they lived. People living in different environments like cold mountains, deserts, coastal regions, or plains had a different lifestyle, food habits, clothes, even cultural and religion differences. Historians also study the paths of migrations and how the movement to different places changed their lifestyle over time. See, historians think it is not just the human who we are making history. The earth plays a huge role too. So, historians also classify history based on the environmental changes which change the story of humans over time. If you see, India was not even a part of Asia. The movement of Indian subcontinent over time and the collision of India with Eurasia, this is what which created the Himalayas and the Tibetan plateau. And this is a major change which developed the monsoon system in India and the rivers. Similarly, there are many other important changes which historians read under this classification.
The next question historian asks is, what big ideas changed how people think and live? This is called intellectual history, where a single spark of thought changed the entire world. There are lots of examples of intellectual history, like from discovery of fire, farming, wheels, to invention of computers, learning of Ayurveda to teachings of Gautam Buddha and Chanakya.
This connects right back to our ancient tool shelf. The whole ancient history will be classified based on Stone Age, Copper Age, Bronze Age, and Iron Age. The time of invention of these tools also impacted how the civilizations grew and slowly spread across India. For example, earlier with the stone and copper tools, they could not cut the thick dense forest to build their villages, and so as soon they discovered and invented new bronze or iron tools, they could spread further in non-habitable areas too. They also improved their farming techniques.
Historians also classified these tools into different stages based on the techniques used to make them. There are lots of tool making skills that upgraded over time, like they started with the choppers, then they used flakes technique, then blades, then microliths, and later iron smelting techniques too. So by tracking these techniques, historians are not just looking at rocks and metals, they are also watching how human intelligence evolved.
The historians also ask what was their culture. Culture simply means a way of life shared by a group of people. Historians grouped each culture based on their unique habits, like the food they eat, how they communicated with each other, the instrument they played, songs they sang, and how they danced to celebrate. Also, the types of clothes they wore, the special days they celebrated, and even how they respected and buried their dead. The next question historians ask is, what is the social life and roles of the people? Like if we consider family roles, who made the decisions in the family, what jobs did different family members do, and then rich versus poor. Did everyone live in same types of houses, or some people have bigger homes and more power, or the women and the men, are they treated differently, or they have equal rights, or how the children were raised?
The next classification is based on the economy. How people earning the living, creating the wealth, and arranging the food. Were they hunters and gatherers or artists making potteries? How was the trade system and exchange of goods that time? All these are classified under this question.
The final major classification is based on the political history. Who is running the government and making the laws? This is all about power, leadership, and how maps changed over time. Historians look at these key areas like the types of rules, is it a dynasty or empire, or a democracy, or the battles and alliances they fought, the court and rules, who were the ministers helping the king, and what law did they make to keep the kingdom safe. All this was part of the political history. These classifications matter. Why? Because these classifications will help us understand the history in a very simple way. They will help us to connect the events in a better way. It is really very important part of our history series, and you see how it will make your life easier in your competitive exams.